Right now, I'm on my way over to Primary Children's Hospital here on the University of Utah campus. The point is, for some of my research, I do what's called bone marrow transplant intake. Kind of know who's going to be going through bone marrow transplants, who's being worked up for transplant, who we're keeping an eye on, who won't be who won't be getting a transplant for whatever reason. So I deal with some of the sickest kids you could possibly get. And the idea that Orrin Hatch, this disgusting shell of a man, is going to create his own version of dumpster care. And Mike Lee, who is very much a Koch, K-O-C-H, Koch head, and loves draconian austerity. He's very much with the Freedom Caucus, that they didn't like the original draft of dumpster care because really it wasn't crappy enough. They needed to kick more people off healthcare. This really bums me out. It concerns me that two of these senators are from Utah. They are disgusting, and they also have an outsized influence. 2 out of 13. So that's very concerning. And so we show that with Orrin Hatch. We've got Bears Ears. Bears Ears, he shows no interest in seeing the tribes as human. He only sees a dying coal industry as worthy of protecting. So I'm assuming he's going to take that same mindset into his healthcare negotiations, and this really concerns me. So bringing this back to my job, working with the sickest of the sick kids, and then realizing that at some point, if this bill got drafted, we might have a kid getting worked up for bone marrow transplant, and then right before the transplant, then they lose their insurance, and then they can't get it, and then they die because Orrin Hatch is a pseudo-Christian. Because he's a Pharisee, one of these money changers that only cares about monetary greed, doesn't care about people, while he kneels at a steeple to profess how pious he actually is. The sheer hypocrisy of the Mick Christians here in the U.S. is ridiculous. Yeah, you want a Christian that I actually respect? Yeah, take a look at Cornel West. Yeah, that guy's actually got a pretty intact moral and ethical compass. But those who can't seem to get the energy to protect those who don't look like their mirror image really, really disturb me. And I'm excited, but also appalled. I'm excited that these disgusting people are creating their biggest opposition, because with the invigoration of Bernie Sanders running for president, how many of us Bernie-crats are still pushing for the revolution? And we're not part of the Mick resistance. We're part of the revolution, running for office, helping other candidates run for office, helping candidates like Sam Ronan, who is trying to come out with Our Voice, an app to help anybody who wants to run on a grassroots level understand how to run. That's the biggest thing with grassroots. So many questions, very few people there to answer. There's a city council candidate for Midvale here in Utah, Dustin Gettle, I believe how I say his name. He reached out to me, said hi. I got him hooked up with a meeting with somebody he's been waiting on for a while. I answered a bunch of questions for him. And really, if we have the institutional knowledge, we need to share that, guys. Knowledge is power. The only way that we're going to be able to challenge the establishment authority is by collectively sharing our knowledge and collectively combating it, again, through the revolution, not through the Mick resistance. If you haven't heard of Our Voice, I suggest that you reach out to Sam Ronan, the previous DNC chair, and ask him about it. He will likely get you in contact with somebody, because I'm sure that he's pretty busy, because he's also running for a congressional race right now. But yeah, reach out, please. Find out how us grassroots citizens, candidates, citizens, whatever, can help out other grassroots candidates. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Have a good one.